quiet your restless mind, my dear. For just a moment, halt the endless clamor of your thoughts, the frantic rush of your worries, and the multitude of voices pulling you in different directions. Give me your undivided attention and listen with every fiber of your being. Set aside the distractions of the world, because what I am about to share with you is no ordinary message. It is of utmost importance. These words are not mere suggestions or reflections meant for a distant time. They are a truth that must reach the very core of your soul. Pay attention, for this understanding holds the power to shield you from many trials ahead. This is not a gentle nudge, my dear, nor a notion for idle contemplation. It is a warning, born of my deep love for you, a message that I've been trying to send for some time. I've whispered it into your heart, spoken it in your dreams, used silence and pain, joy and failures, all to capture your attention. For I know what lies ahead, and as I've told you before, it is coming for you. You felt it, haven't you? That uneasy sensation that emerges with no clear cause. That quiet sense that something is wrong, though you cannot name it. Do not ignore it. Do not brush it off. It is not mere imagination, nor fleeting anxiety. It is my presence, stirring the depths of your spirit. My spirit is touching the parts of you that have remained dormant, gently rousing you, waking you with a sense of urgency. You've been walking with your head bowed, trying to make sense of it all on your own. But not all questions can be answered through reason alone. I am calling you from within to raise your eyes to me. I have placed small lights along your path to show you that you are never alone, and to make it clear that something significant is approaching. I've allowed it to happen, and now I confirm it. It is coming for you, as I've said before. While you focus on sorting out your outer world, your relationships, finances, and responsibilities, remember that something far deeper is at stake. As you focus on the visible, there are unseen forces that have already begun to rise. These are challenges that cannot be overcome by your own effort, but only by staying anchored in me. Some thoughts that are not your own have started to seep in, and some choices you are about to make, if you don't stop, will lead you down paths that are not blessed by me. I have given you signs, rousing you before dawn with strange thoughts and an unsettling feeling you couldn't quite explain. Do not ignore these any longer. Today I speak to you with clarity. I am shielding you, intervening in your life because I cherish your soul. There is an influence that has found its way through doors you left ajar unknowingly. If this continues, it will affect parts of your life that you cannot yet fathom, while you remain distracted by other things. Stay present. Do not close this moment. Do not let your mind wander for even a moment. Do not dismiss a single word I am speaking to you, because this may be your last opportunity to avoid certain consequences, not because I won't offer help later, but because your heart may become hardened if you continue to resist. This warning comes from my love, not from anger. I do not speak out of wrath, but from my eternal desire to save you from what lies ahead, a danger you cannot yet see. What I foretold has already begun. Though you may not see it clearly, it is in motion, and it is not for your destruction, but for your correction. It is to bring you back, to awaken you, to help you learn to rely entirely on me. I am the one who sees the end from the beginning, and that is why I bring you this urgent message today. Do not fear. This is not meant to cause panic, but to draw you closer to my presence, to turn your heart back to me, and to help you stop trying to hold everything together by your own strength, but instead trust in the power of my spirit. Now is the moment to hold tightly to me, not to allow distractions to pull you away once more. This is a time to listen to me with deep reverence, fear, and love, not because I wish to impose something upon you, but because I want to protect you from something you cannot yet see. Stay near. Don't let go of my hand. I am still with you, and you can still respond. You can still say, "Yes, Lord, here I am," and if you do, you will witness my hand moving in your favor. However, if you persist in ignoring my voice, the consequences will be greater than you can currently comprehend. Wake up. Yes, wake up, my child. This is not the time to slip into routine or to be distracted by the fleeting things of life. An opposing force is rising against you, and it will not announce itself loudly or make its presence obvious. It is subtle, relentless, and sigh. It grows stronger every time you choose to turn away from my voice. It thrives on everything that does not come from me: your pride, your excuses, your hidden fears, and your attachment to things that do not build you up. This force has been waiting, growing, until the moment you lower your defenses completely. But I will not leave you without a warning. I, the Lord your God, am your solid foundation. I am the unmovable rock on which you can securely stand. If you choose to live with integrity, in close communion with me, and remain attentive to my spirit, no force, no destructive power will be able to defeat you. Even if the whole of hell rises up against you, it will not prevail as long as you are in me. But if you continue to neglect this connection, if you keep walking according to your own will, the time will come when you will know how to stand. The days are short. The unseen realm is active, both in light and in darkness. Angels and principalities, forces that remain beyond your sight, are in constant motion. Right now, battles are being waged over your life. Do you truly believe that everything that happens to you is mere coincidence? Do you think your exhaustion, your inner turmoil, and your uncontrollable thoughts are just the natural effects of life? No, my dear child, it is all spiritual. Everything has a spiritual dimension, and you must choose, once and for all, where you will stand. This is not a time for indecision. This is not a time for hesitation. You must take your stand now, or when the moment of darkness comes, it will be too late to change your course. If you are not firmly grounded in me, your soul will be like a house built on sand, and its fall will be great. Do not deceive yourself into thinking you have control over everything. Yes, I see your efforts. You fight to keep things in order. You strive to protect those you love. You work tirelessly to create something enduring. You try to hold your life together as if it all depended on your strength alone. You've even become skilled at hiding your worries behind a calm exterior so no one knows the weight you carry within. But I see it. I see what you hide when you close the door. I hear your quietest thoughts, the sighs you never speak aloud, in the moments when you can no longer pretend. Why do you continue to bear this burden alone? Why do you insist on carrying the yoke that was never meant for you? Until you surrender it all to me, until you come to me in complete submission, this burden will quietly wear you down. It will drain your soul until you have no strength left. It's not that I don't want to help you, but because you have yet to release what you need to let go of. My child, I desire your strength, but more than that, I value your honesty. I do not expect you to come to me perfect, but I do expect you to come sincerely. Come, even if you are broken, but come as you truly are. Dare to say, "Father, I can't go on," because that is when I can truly begin to work in you. I don't require a facade of strength from you. What I long for is your heart laid bare. It is time, my beloved child, to lean completely into my care. I am not a distant, detached God. I am your refuge, your protector, your unshakable stronghold. I led you to this moment with intention. It was not by accident. It was not a mistake. Every detail of your journey has been carefully woven together to bring you here, to this very moment. I gently guided you away from your familiar path because I desire to speak with you. Every shift, every change in your life has been directed by me. I have interrupted your routine because my purpose is to protect you. If you continue moving forward on autopilot, you will miss the things I've prepared for you, things you don't even know are waiting. A profound change is coming. A sudden turn is on the horizon. And if you keep dismissing it, it will arrive without warning like a lightning strike, or a wave that cannot be stopped. But listen to me, with your entire being. If you come close to me now, if you humble yourself today, if you seek me with the same fervor as when you first knew me, I can still intervene. I can still alter what seemed unavoidable, restore what you thought was gone. Not everything is yet set in stone. The judgment has not yet come. This is not a message of condemnation, it is an invitation. My voice calls out to your spirit from the highest place. Don't wait any longer. Don't put me second. Don't delay your decision, because what I promised would come for you is already on the move. But you still have time to prepare, to be strengthened in me, to align yourself with my perfect will. Come now. Say in this moment, listen with reverence, and let my spirit renew you from the deepest place within. This is only the beginning. I have observed every moment of your life with unwavering attention. Not a single word you have spoken has escaped my awareness, nor has any thought, no matter how hidden in the deepest recesses of your heart, come unnoticed. Your journey has always been laid out before me as plainly as an open book, with no secret chapters. Every decision, every doubt, every unspoken moment of yours and be known to me. Even in times when you felt lost, like you were walking aimlessly, I was silently paving the way for you. When you thought you had wandered too far, beyond the point of no return, I had already placed signs and reminders along your path to guide you back to the call I made over your life from the very beginning. How many times have you wondered why certain doors remained closed, why people left without explanation, why your plans seemed to fall apart despite all your efforts? None of it was by chance, my child. It was all part of a divine design meant to shield you from harm that you may not yet comprehend. Many of the doors that didn't open were actually answers in disguise, veiled denials that were safeguarding you. The losses you experienced were often protections you couldn't see in the moment. I never withdraw or allow pain without purpose. If I allowed it, it was to protect you from something far worse. While your human mind seeks stability in the tangible, the measurable, and the controllable, I am working in realms that are beyond your senses. You saw only chaos, but I was weaving perfect alignment. You felt loss, but I was cultivating new opportunities in the unseen. You asked why, but from my eternal throne, the answer was already written. Now the time has come when the hidden things begin to reveal themselves, when what once seemed confusing starts to take shape, and your path will be made clear with a deeper understanding if you choose to fully surrender to the work I have been doing quietly, in the background. Forces are shifting around you now without your permission, without warning. They move with persistence, not with violence. subtly trying to erode what still stands firm in your life. This is not just about human choices or natural occurrences. There is a spiritual battle unfolding, a battle trying to lull you into a state of distraction, a kind of spiritual slumber disguised as busyness, full schedules, and endless tasks. But do not be deceived. Constant activity is not always a sign of purpose. The enemy of your soul doesn't always strike with obvious threats. Often, he appears as seemingly wise advice, a tempting opportunity, or an urgent need that pulls at your attention. Without discernment, you will find yourself focusing on things that do not come from me, things that will lead you away from the path I've set for you. What lies ahead cannot be halted by force, human intellect, or mere effort. Only a deep sensitivity to my voice will guide you along the safe and secure path. The coming weeks will bring moments of critical decision-making. Some choices may seem small, even inconsequential, but they will carry immense spiritual significance. The direction your life takes in the coming years could be deeply influenced by the choices you make now. This is not the time to seek human assurances or build emotional barriers to avoid the discomfort of life's challenges. It is the time to align yourself with the eternal, to release your grip on trying to control the circumstances, and to surrender every part of your will to the sovereignty of my greater purpose. They are burdens you can no longer carry. You've held onto them for too long, the toxic relationship that has become nothing more than a lifeless routine, the commitments you've made to please others but lack true conviction, the places that no longer allow your soul to breathe freely. I've been showing you the signs not through calamities, but through moments of pause, emptiness, and quiet interruptions. If you still have doubts, look honestly at the fatigue and weariness that fill your inner being. You were never meant to walk through life in a constant state of exhaustion. You were not designed to settle into a rhythm that dims your spirit and robs you of vitality. I am the rest that transcends all circumstances. I am the endless source that never runs dry. But to drink from my well, you must first empty what is occupying the space that is meant for me. This isn't simply about avoiding evil. It's about clearing away everything that competes for my presence in your life. It's about trusting that what I have for you is not only better, it is absolutely essential. Let go of what no longer carries my breath of life. Step out of the cycle of pretending everything is fine while secretly carrying what is slowly breaking you. Let me take from you the things you were never meant to carry alone. My desire for you is not to burden you, but to set you free, to lift you up, and to breathe life back into you. So stay close to me. Quiet the noise around you. Let me be the one to restore you from the inside out. This is about embracing what is real, building upon what endures, and walking fully in the light without fearing exposure. I have brought you to this moment to speak to you from the very beginning, from the origin. I have placed you in situations you cannot yet understand, all to make you stop and look beyond the surface, beyond the obvious. For though it may feel like you are moving backward, in truth, you are being repositioned for what's ahead. Nothing hath been lost. What you have surrendered in obedience will return to you, multiplied, at the right time. However, what you hold on to outside of my will only drain you your energy, your peace, your discernment. This is the time to redefine, to carefully filter every decision through my wisdom. It is a time to distinguish between what is urgent and what is eternal. For darkness does not always come with shadows. Sometimes it enters disguised as light. And if you are not filled with my truth, you may unknowingly walk toward destruction, all the while believing you are still on the right path. Good intentions alone are not enough. What is required is a deep communion with me, integrity in the unseen places, and a full surrender of your will. A day of reckoning is coming, and the night approaches quickly. My hand is still extended to you. There is still time, but not for long. Not everything that moves is alive, and not everything that glimmers is from the light. There are paths that may appear right to the natural eye, but their end is bitter, dry, and fruitless. I have not called my children to follow the popular trends or to walk the well-worn paths already set by men. Instead, I have called you to move in step with the direction of my spirit, which does not conform to human patterns or fleeting fashions, but to the eternal truth that remains unchanged from the beginning. You were created with intention, set apart with purpose, and in the season. I am purifying you with great zeal, not as punishment, but as preparation. Not because I reject you, but because I love you too deeply to leave you where you are. I have allowed certain silences, voids, and limits not as signs of abandonment, but as purposeful parts of a sacred process designed to release what is true within you. If you could see things from my perspective, you would no longer mourn over the doors that didn't open, the relationships that faded, or the opportunities that slipped away. Every seeming loss has been part of a divine pruning, and pruning always precedes new growth that has yet to be revealed. Do not view your present situation through the lens of your past. What may seem unstable, insecure, or uncertain now is actually being transformed at its very foundation. You are at a turning point. There are forks in the road ahead that must be approached with careful consideration. Not every path that offers ease is aligned with my will. I do not lead my people down the shortest route, but along the truest one. There will be offers that appear to be answers to your prayers, but they are nothing more than distractions in the guise of blessings. Take time to examine them. Seek understanding more than a quick escape, and ask for revelation rather than mere resolution. Many have faltered just when they believed they were receiving my approval, unaware that they were gradually falling into spiritual complacency. Do not confuse movement with true direction, nor activity with real purpose. There are many voices today, all vying for your attention, each promising something: success, rest, enlightenment, or advancement. But there is only one voice that leads to life, and it is mine. It does not shout over the noise of the world nor conform to your hurried pace, and speaks clearly in a quiet moments, from me in conviction, and gently in correction. You have heard my voice before, and you know how to recognize it. It is not unfamiliar or distant. It is the same voice that guided you through pivotal moments of your journey, the one that held you up through sleepless nights and gave you strength when you felt you could go no further. Right now, what you need is not more information, but clarity within your spirit. You do not need more validation, you need the courage to step forward in the truth you already know. The strength of your soul is not determined by how much it understands, but by how faithfully it obeys the guidance it has already received. I'm aligning your discernment with my perfect timing. I don't just want you to do what is right, I want you to do it at the right moment. Because doing what is right at the wrong time can lead to confusion, unnecessary pain, and delays that were never part of my original plan. Your environment is about to shift. New people will enter your life, and opportunities that have been paused will begin to flow freely. But before this change happens, I need you to be stable within. I do not want you to move forward if fear is still steering you, if you are still seeking approval from others, or if your decisions are swayed by praise or criticism. I am building an unshakable spiritual foundation within you, not to impress others, but so you can withstand what is coming. What is coming will not be light, it will be glorious, but it will demand everything from you. It will bear fruit, but it will require sacrifice. And if your heart is not well grounded, you may become weary even in the achievement of what you once longed for. Do not fear the process. Do not try to rush through the seasons I've marked for you. Every moment holds a specific purpose. Even your waiting carries meaning. Even the silence between promise and fulfillment is filled with my eternal intent. Embrace this time as an offering, not a punishment. This is the workshop where your character is shaped, your motivations purified, and your ability to hear me refined. When the fulfillment comes, you will know it was not by chance. You will understand it wasn't your abilities or human connections that made it happen. You will realize it was I who prepared everything long before you saw anything happening. What I promised is already on its way, not to overwhelm you, but to propel you forward. However, you will not be able to bear it unless you are firmly rooted in me. You will not be able to hold what I am about to give you unless you fully anchor yourself in my truth. Everything you build in this season must be founded on complete obedience, because anything built outside of my will is destined to fall apart. Do not doubt anymore. What I have started in you, I will finish. But you determine how much you will resist or flow with my process. You are closer than you realize. Do not focus on the size of the challenges ahead. Instead, look at the greatness of the one who called you. You have been watched, not only by those around you, but by spiritual forces far beyond human sight. There is an eternal record being written that is not defined by your outward accomplishments, but by the choices you make when no one else is watching. In the moments that seem ordinary, when nothing appears to change, in that quiet stillness, decisions are being made over your life. Because faithfulness in the unseen places is what gives rise to authority in the visible world. I saw it when you chose the righteous path, even though it was harder. I noticed when you restrained your tongue from a bitter reply, even when you were deeply wounded. Every one of those choices has built something far deeper than temporary success. They have created roots that no storm can uproot. I have been dismantling certain inner structures, not because they were entirely wrong, but because they no longer serve the purpose I have for you. I am removing what is unnecessary, like a gardener pruning away what hinders the growth of fruit, so that the new growth can flourish more fully. This process may have felt like loss to you, but in reality, it has been liberation. You've mistaken stability for purpose, but they are not the same thing. Not everything that remains in your life is alive, and not everything that functions is for me. I have started to remove supports that I once allowed, not because they were pleasing to me, but because I knew you weren't ready to let them go. Now the time has come. If you do not release them willingly, I will allow them to fall away, because some things are not meant to carry over into the next phase of your journey. Your current environment has been signaling to you that something new is on the horizon, sometimes through discomfort, other times through the persistent sense that you no longer fit in the same way you once did. This is not confusion, my child, it is transition. When the old garments begin to feel tight, it is because I am tailoring something new for you. What once covered you is no longer sufficient. What once nourished you is no longer sustaining you. It is being stretched not as a form of punishment, but because you are growing. And growth, my nature, requires letting go of what has become too limiting. I am purifying your motivations, bringing you to a place where you follow me not for what you expect to gain, but because you have come to understand who I am beyond what I do for you. This is a quiet but profound purification of fire that does not consume, but clarifies and refines. Many seek my hand, wanting what I can give, but few truly seek my face, desiring a relationship with me for who I am. Many long for the fulfillment of promises, but not all are willing to undergo the shaping process that builds the character required to sustain those promises. I am preparing you for eternity, not to shine for a brief moment, but to stand strong when others fade. I am not interested in temporary structures that crumble when shaken. What I am building with you is something that will endure, something that will testify of me long after you are gone, leaving a mark that is invisible yet eternal. The words I spoke to you in the past have not lost their power. Time does not diminish them. They have simply been waiting for the right moment to come to life. Do not mistake the delay for forgetfulness. Heaven does not forget what I have said, but it does not rush ahead of its time. I have been preparing the stage, setting everything in place. Some people have left because they were never meant to play a part in the main act. Some lights have dimmed so that your focus would not be distracted. When the signal comes, everything will fall into place and make sense. But for now, the instruction is clear. Remain. Do not ignore the direction I am giving you. Do not let yourself be swept away by haste, disguised as faith. I do not bless what is born out of anxiety. I uphold what flows from obedience. Fear has tried to fill the spaces that are meant for me. It has entered through subtle thoughts, external noise, and unhealthy comparisons. It has whispered that you are not enough, that you missed your moment, but I tell you today, that voice is not mine. I do not bring confusion into your life, nor do I push you forward with guilt. I lead with peace. My guidance may be firm, but it is never accusatory. The one who accuses is from elsewhere. I call you with truth, but it is always wrapped in love. The promises I have spoken over you still stand, but they will be revealed in direct proportion to how much you move forward in trust, not in fear. Prepare yourself, for the signs are about to intensify. These will not necessarily be external signs, but internal ones. You will begin to feel an urgency that transcends logic. This will not be anxiety, but heightened perception. It is the inner awareness that something is approaching, that the heavens are aligning, that the spiritual realm is about to break into the natural. Do not attempt to explain it. Do not try to control it. Simply remain sensitive to it. The one who is awake within you will know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to take action and when to wait. What you will need is not the wisdom of man, but a living connection with my spirit. This connection will guide you through the coming moments. It will provide clarity when nothing else makes sense. Trust that I will lead you step by step, and the answers you seek will come from the deep place within you, through my spirit. As you move forward, remember that it is not your own strength or understanding that will carry you, but your willingness to stay close to me and trust in the timing of my plan.